Drivers will be under your seat if you're on the top deck, or above your head inside the cab.
So, welcome to Tates Travel.
Hello.
Today's series, we're going to talk about looking into your own backyard. A great new spot that we found located close to us in Florida is Cumberland Island.
Cumberland Island is located in St. Mary's, Georgia. It's about an hour from our house, or I guess it'd be southeast Georgia. So once you get there, it's a small town. It's really cool, really old-fashioned town. They do have a large parking area, so I would definitely get there early.
Yeah, they recommend
plan ahead.
Yeah, they recommend at least an hour early, just to check into the ferry, and there's a gift shop.
Yeah, so just about a block away, you'll find the visitor center from the parking area. And then you can get your ferry tickets there. You can also take your personal watercraft or kayak. I personally think it's too far to kayak. You do have to check the tide charts and check with the park to see all the specifics about getting to the island. I don't know if I would paddle on a kayak or not.
No.
That would be a lot of paddling.
Yes.
But I guess you could do it. Maybe one day we'll paddle to the island. Probably not. No, probably not. We always plan ahead. They book, 6 months?
They book 6 months in advance, and we recommend getting on the early tour, so that way it gives you the most time in the park.
Yeah, so there's like 3 times you can get on there. One's earlier, around 9:30, I think it is, or 10 o'clock?
Something like that.
Somewhere around there. So after you've checked out the gift shop, or you go across the street to the museum, you get your ferry tickets, get your park passes, and then you have to get out there at least...
They say an hour early.
An hour early to get all that stuff done, because there could be a large line. Summertime is not always the best time to go to the park, because it does get really hot. Just you bring snacks, food, water. You can bring igloos. You can bring coolers. You can bring bicycles.
You can camp, but it is...
all tent camping.
Yeah, it is all tent camping.
It's all primitive camping.
You have to have permits.
Yeah, we have to have primitive camping permits.
So let's talk about what there is to do at the park. One of my absolute favorite things was the wild horses. As you'll see in the video, there is a lot of wild horses.
Feral horses.
But they were so cool. Except for Mark really scared me because one kept coming like closer to me, and I would have petted it, but Mark said that I would have.
She would have petted it.
Stop.
Sorry.
But Mark,
she would have got on the horse and rode it. But I was trying to tell her they're feral horses, they're wild horses. You're not supposed to pet them or feed them. They can bite you. I've been nipped by horses before. So
it looks really cool and
just
very friendly. Very friendly.
They were very friendly. They were coming up to Amy, like, just walking right up to her. I'm like, whoa, hang on. You'll see later on in the video.
But it's really cool. There's about 4.5 miles of a hiking loop. We didn't get to do it all, unfortunately, because we got there on the second ferry and had to come back on the earlier ferry. So we didn't get as much time as we really wanted to, but it was such a great thing to do. We will definitely be going back.
Yeah, so we only got a total in about 2.5 hours. So we did there's 2 stops on the ferry. The first stop is the Dungeness Trail, and then the second one is Sea Camp. Sea Camp is where you find all the beaches and the dunes and the primitive camping sites, and you can hike back to the Dungeness area. We actually got off on the Dungeness area this time, being our first trip, and we took the Dungeness Trail, which what she's talking about is probably about a 4-mile loop altogether. The island's really huge. There is tons of other wildlife on the island, so just keep your eyes open. And the trees are huge. The horses are fun, and then there's ruins. So we took the Dungeness Trail because we wanted to go see the ruins, the castle type building, and structures down there by the water. And so yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, we highly recommend it. For the ferry, it's about $35 both ways per person. And then again, if you use your America Beautiful Pass, you'll save about $10 per person on the national park. So definitely worth checking out. We highly recommend it. We will definitely be going back so that we can do the whole loop and make sure that we have enough time in. As Mark stated earlier, make sure you pack a picnic or food, water.
Bring food, snacks, lots of water, drinks.
That type of stuff.
They don't sell any of that. They do have a public restroom or 2. We saw one out there right where the ferry drops you off. But other than that, there's not a whole bunch, obviously not in the ruins. It's all field and grass and woods and trails. You can bring your bicycles, coolers, all that stuff right there on the ferry.
It is a 45-minute ride both ways, or each way, I should say. So it's about an hour and a half total. But it was a great experience. So we'll definitely be going back.
Check out our video. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell to be notified of future videos like this one. Hope it's entertaining and hope you get something out of the video that helps you plan your next trip to Cumberland Island National Seashores.
And look forward to our next van adventure, van life, which will be coming soon, where we're going, what are you calling it?
The new one?
Yeah.
Making our way west.
Yes. So looking forward to that. Little over 30-something days to go.
30, and we'll have a video coming up to talk more about that soon. One of our next videos that we drop will cover that and tell you our itinerary and where we plan to go, how many national parks and how many states we plan to visit. But we can tell you this: we're going out west, starting with Texas, and then going up north. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be our first 2-month adventure in the van. The 2 of us, to see if we've been married for 25 years, but we'll see if van life changes that. It probably won't. I'm sure it won't.
No, it won't.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Tates are out as always. There's
Tate
2 of
out.
us. It's plural, so it's
Tate out.
And Amy doesn't like my beard, but I'm retired.
Tate out.
I'm retired now, so I always wondered what it looked like
gonna
to
shave this
have
before
hair
we
on
go.
my face. So
We're gonna shave it before we go.
Tates are
Tate out.
See ya. So these ruins, well, I guess on the side of the house, side of the mansion, right?
Yeah, they were built in the 1900s. The Queen Anne style was built as a complex. So it had apartment, doctor's office,
A casino.
A casino and a gun room,
And a
of
gun
all
room.
things.
Yeah. With
And a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Your guess as to where those particular rooms were at, and a huge fireplace, or whatever that is.
On the map.
It's pretty cool. In 1736, this structure was actually built as a hunting lodge by a guy named James Oglethorpe. James decided to name his hunting club Dungeness. Over the years, this mansion was owned by several prominent families. This mansion was abandoned during the Civil War and actually burnt. They think it's arson, suspect arson, in 1866. So in 1880, the property was purchased by a guy named Thomas Carnegie. He rebuilt the mansion, about $285,000 to rebuild it, and added an additional 59 rooms. So the Carnegie family moved out in 1925. There's more horses.
Oh my god, aren't they the coolest?
Yeah.
There's a big myth about these feral horses. They were brought to this island in the 16th century by Spanish conquistadors.
Don't call it.
I'm the king of the world.
I dare you to go up there.
I'm the king of the world. Oh, sorry.
Somebody else is doing that.